I had this thing in my mind where, you know how you make your own business in the art world, but it's not just the art world, it's like many different genres of businesses. The thing is, it really confuses me how so many people would not support that many businesses out there. I mean, they would appreciate more when people work at a job they don't enjoy. And it gets to the point where when you start something new and you want to leave the job that you hate and dislike for something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, it turns out that people don't really want to support it that much. But here's the thing, businesses in general can't live without support. And when I say that, I mean the people that support businesses, like customers, they need customers so that they can actually succeed more. And then the more support they get, the better the business grows. And in many ways, they can come up with new solutions to kind of engage with their customers a little bit more. But I don't agree to the whole businesses going toe to toe with each other. I think supporting other businesses is very helpful, especially when you're doing business on your own. You want people to connect with each other to the point where you want to get people to like the artwork that you do and like the style of art you do and what they want to see in it. Yeah, it is your enjoyment as well, so you do have the right to have your own creation. But at the same time, when the fans like you for doing this, that's when you should do that. And it really kind of makes sense as to why people would feel like they just want to go do their own thing, and then they feel like when people start businesses, to me, it just feels like, yeah, but it's not always what you think businesses are. Basically, when you work at a job for a long time and you don't enjoy it, don't get me wrong, it pays all the bills, but at the same time, if you really, really don't enjoy it, what is the point? It just gets to the point where you feel more and more miserable and you get more and more uncomfortable with your situation that you're in. And then it gets to the point where it can lead into a darker path within your thoughts, and it's not really nice. That's why it's always good to focus on your mental health rather than just try and face it by being at a job you don't enjoy. Like, if you really don't enjoy your job, then send a note in, that's what I'm saying, and start something that you're really passionate about. Whether it takes years or months to build, I mean, go for it. You're very much in your own entitlement to quit a job that you don't enjoy. So I'm gonna say this, when you start a business, start with something that you're really passionate about and why you're doing the business and where you want the business to go. Certain ways, I think it's also important for you to kind of share it as much as you can. Be a bit more consistent with your business as well. And I'm not talking about just, you know, one specific business. I just mean all kinds of business. But I'll get into the art business in a minute. I would also think that you should try and like be more open to it as well, rather than just posting once every 3-4 months and then post again, because then no one's really going to engage in it all that much. I also think that you should try and be a bit more consistent, as I probably said this before, but it's also good that you can actually treat it as like your full-time job. So whether or not you have something on the side, that's good, because the risk that people take is when they don't have something on the side and then it gets a bit worse, then it just doesn't resonate with you because you tend to lose a lot of money because you focused on one thing at a time. That was me. Basically, I lost a lot of money when I was trying to get through my business and trying to share as much as I can. I had to stop doing it within the next 6 months, and I haven't been in the market since then. But I went in December when I finally got the job that kept me going for a little bit, and I managed to sell a lot of stuff at the moment. But you also got to find out different ways to kind of engage with customers. So right now, I think what I like to do is I do a lot of video game art, and I do a lot of like my own art that I'm doing right now, which is A Nice Life, Starving Artist. I've also got a couple more on the way actually that I created a character myself. So then that way it feels like this is my work, I do this, I share that, and it gives me a lot of motivation to show people, you know what, let's make art that we don't really see on a regular. Like, let's make like anime or cartoon or manga or comic or novel that we don't see in a regular, and that's black characters that you don't really see in like most superhero movies or action and platform film, all that kind of genres that you see on the regular. So that's what I decided to do on a regular now, to try and build on the storyline for the comics I mentioned, and I've got 2 on the way, which one of them is called Isaac. There's a pun in this, like Isaac, because he's got ice powers, he's called Isaac, and then there's another one called Kambadi the street artist. It's a Nigerian artist that wants to be a street artist, and he's gonna go through trials and tribulations over it because his parents don't want to do it, but he's very passionate about it, and he's doing this on social media. So he's basically filming himself with a friend to do street art and put himself out there. So that's kind of a fun story to do. That's what I wanted to do for, like, you know, many men, women, children that are really want to see more of like the main black characters, you know? So that's something that I really love to do, make characters of my own. I've been doing it for a long time, and that's what I'm pushing myself to do now. The painting, I'm definitely gonna do, but with that being said, I'm still gonna carry on painting. I'm still gonna carry on doing it in the spare time, but I also wanna see how I can go about my side on making a little novel, because a print and a painting and a merch and a novel to read or something like that, because people love to read, you know? And I think, oh, this would be cool for people that are getting into it for the first time, seeing something for the first time, and then sharing it for the first time. Now, I don't go into this thing with any expectation. I go into it wanting to share, wanting to see how people like wanting to just kind of share is what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to be like, you know what, this would be cool. If you want to do it, then go for it. I'm not really fussed about it, because if a sale doesn't do well, then there's always a chance to try again, is what I'm saying. So moral of the story is, do not give up on the business that you're passionate about. Also, don't be going toe to toe with businesses. I find it kind of pointless as well. I think you should support your artist, support the business that you really enjoy, and share it with friends and family as well. Let me know how you feel about businesses going toe to toe with each other. I mean, do you understand it? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I love to hear your point of view on it. So yeah, and that's that. Until next time, take care.